Thunderbolts concludes the fifth phase in the MCU. So today, let's rank all 6 of the Phase 5 movies from worst to best. Leave your ranking down below. How would you rank all 6 of the MCU Phase 5 films from worst to best? I'm not including any of the shows. Don't like to include shows with movies. I'm strictly including the films from Ant-Man Quantumania to the latest one, Thunderbolts. So leave your ranking down below. Coming in last place, The Marvels. This is a very forgettable MCU film, despite a lot of things that could work for this movie. Very likable characters of Miss Marvel. I do like Captain Marvel as well. And Monica Rambeau, those are a great combination of characters. But what it led to is a film that really didn't feel like there was any threat. The villain was worthless within this movie. There was no urgency within this movie. It ends up just feeling like a forgettable film that really doesn't have a strong point in the MCU. There is the end credit leads to something more impactful moving forward, but the overall film just lacked entertainment and more in-depth look at these characters, and a very forgettable villain that just made this towards the bottom of the overall MCU list. Coming in 5th place, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. This easily could have been a more serious film with Jonathan Majors as Kang. That could have been something truly terrifying, because Jonathan Majors does give a great performance as Kang, but in turn, they offer up a lot of corny moments within this film that just does not vibe with the overall tone of Kang, which is a really sinister villain in the MCU. Whatever and everything that happened with Jonathan Majors and changing plans moving forward with the Avengers film, I do think that Jonathan Majors was great in this movie and offered up a very unique, really sinister villain in this film. But they play up a lot of the scenes as jokes, and I understand that's kind of like the overall vibe of Ant-Man and Paul Rudd's character. But even some of the introductions of Kang within this movie just seemed like a completely different tone than the overall movie. Even from watching the trailer, I thought it was just like this much more unsettling vibe. I just did not get that with this movie. And so there's a lot of jokes that just do not land, a lot of subplots that feel very unnecessary, like Bill Murray, and it just ends up being a very clunky movie. I enjoyed it for what it was, and really liking Jonathan Majors in this movie. This movie doesn't have this cohesive feel to it, and it's the tones are just really clashing with each other throughout. I wish it was something very different with its style and its tone. It easily could have been a more serious Ant-Man film with a truly terrifying villain. Coming in 4th place, Captain America: Brave New World. I really like seeing Sam Wilson have his own film and becoming more confident as Captain America. I like the discussion of, should I have taken the serum to become strong like Bucky and Captain America, but wanting to do his own thing. Everything about Sam Wilson, his personality, his morals, are all intact within this film. And at times it feels like it is serving as a sequel to The Incredible Hulk and also Eternals as well. And there is a nice connection between those movies. And I liked Harrison Ford as the Red Hulk, the president within this movie. He brought like this roughness to the character. Villain Samuel Stearns, played by Tim Blake Nelson, was also forgettable. The design was a little bit wonky at times, but it had a lot of great action and a more political feel to it. And I like the progression, trying to move the character into the Avengers new movie. But there's enough development for Sam Wilson to really understand him. We got to have that depth to him in Falcon and Winter Soldier, and it's just really expanded on within this movie. The action's fun. Red Hulk scenes are awesome. I wish there was a little more to it, but the connection between this movie and the Incredible Hulk and the Eternals. I thought it was awesome, just kind of doing a lot of world building in the MCU. Coming in third place, Thunderbolts. This is a very depressing film. I didn't expect it to be as emotional as it was, but this was a lot of fun. Taking characters that are broken, having a version of themselves, like the best version of themselves, and trying to come to terms with your past and not bottle down all your emotions. It's some heavy topics within this movie, but these are characters that have done terrible things, and now they are having this chance for redemption. Florence Pugh as Yelena. We also have John Walker and Sebastian Stan as Bucky, and then you also have Ghost, and now you have Sentry. These are all characters that have done terrible things. Sentry is a great addition to the film, a character that has suffered a drug addiction, taking it on this procedure to be like the better version of himself, ends up becoming super strong and becoming this void of just bottling down all your emotions. These are characters that they have to work together. We see their leadership skills come out. Florence Pugh is a huge standout in the film, but also really love David Harbour as Red Guardian, one of my favorite MCU characters now. This fatherly advice, very charming, a lot of fun, but I really like the movie. The action's bleak, the overall darker colors to it works. This nice discussion of depression and anxiety and feeling lonely is going head on with this movie and is allowing these characters to grow naturally and become the best version of themselves. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with these characters moving forward after the events at the end of this movie, but it definitely did work. It's got this nice comedy approach to it, but never feels fake with its emotions, and understanding their past and what they've gone through and seeing them in other entries in the MCU really allows for us to feel connected to these characters and watching that journey for them. Coming in second place, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This is a great conclusion to the Guardians trilogy. There also is a lot of emotion to this film, as we do feel that connection between the characters. What Rocket goes through in the film really does start to challenge everybody within this movie, and we see that they're kind of separating, starting to venture off into their own journey. But this is the most emotional Guardians film and the most rewarding one as well, because of that time we have spent with them. And the action's a lot of fun. There's a lot of vibrant moments in this movie, but also when it needs to be darker with exploring Rocket's past, it's able to shift its style very easily. There is a lot of heartbreaking moments in this movie, and it does a fine job of exploring that complicated relationship between Star-Lord and Gamora, and also all the other characters. A fitting end to the Guardians trilogy, but also not afraid to move the characters forward and start a whole new team. But coming in first place, Deadpool and Wolverine. I understand the flaws to this movie, but this was so entertaining, and I love fan service. I love bringing back previous characters and just having fun little cameos, and all the moments with Chris Evans and Jennifer Gardner and Wesley Snipes. I thought that was so cool. But also it's hilarious. It's got this nice comedic tone to it, but you have all that comedy from Ryan Reynolds and that more serious approach to Hugh Jackman. And there is some good moments, very heavy dramatic scenes in this movie. The scene in the car between the two, and Hugh Jackman's lines really do deliver and offer a different approach to this movie. But it's visually stunning, and it's got a lot of great action, but it's just a lot of crowd pleasing moments. What I wanted out of this movie was exploring characters from the Fox universe, and I got just that. Poking fun at the MCU, not afraid to being crude and harsh throughout, understanding the current state of the MCU. It's very self-aware, and I like that. Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, they have great chemistry. They work well as a pair, but there's also that dramatic side to it all, and a lot of urgency when it comes to the very personal life of Ryan Reynolds and what he wants to accomplish. That just adds more depth to the character and the overall story. A lot of fun. I enjoy this movie. Fun opening sequence, also exploring different variants of Hugh Jackman, Henry Cavill. That was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see what they do with this kind of style moving forward, and Channing Tatum as Gambit, because that was so cool. But I got what I wanted out of this movie. It's not the best MCU film, but what I wanted was a very entertaining, self-aware, action-packed film with comedy and heart to it, and this movie is just that. So there you guys have it, all 6 MCU Phase 5 films ranked worst to best. How would you rank them? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.